Hello. In today's lesson, we were looking again at tables and unit rates. With the learning target, I can use my understanding of unit rates to complete tables. So the first few pages, there isn't really any work for you to do on them, but we were more taking a look back at some old lessons and some different ways of looking at unit rates and part to whole relationships. Like we could see in this example, if we earn $42.30 in 5 hours, we might look at that as a fraction of 42.3 divided by 5. But you can also look at it in these models, where you have your whole group being 42.30, and then another whole group being 5. And if you split each of those whole things into 5, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that same act of division. And it gets us to our unit rate of $8.46 in 1 hour. So this is just another slide that you'll see exploring that. What if we're looking for 10 hours? What if we're looking for 3 hours? And what these slides are talking about is this idea of scaling up or down. Meaning, is something growing or is something shrinking? So generally, when we're multiplying, we see things grow, and generally when we're dividing, we see things scale down. So scaling up and scaling down. But what we've been doing is looking at this question, isn't there an easy way to do this? And the answer to that is yes. We don't really have to draw all these models. We can do what we've been doing, which is use multiplication and division. So on this next slide, we're going to use that same unit rate, so that $8.46 for 1 hour, and we're going to pop it into a table. And we can see here that we have our X values, which is hours, and our Y, which is dollars. And for every hour, we're making $8.46. So one way we can start to fill this out is that we can multiply the number of hours worked by the rate to find our total dollars earned. So this is our rate. This is our rate. So what that means is if our rate is $8.46, then we can multiply 2 hours by $8.46. to get how much money that is. 3 by $8.46, and that was filled in for us. That is $25.38. 4 times $8.46. 5 times $8.46, and then so on for all of those. But what happens when we get down to this last column where we have our Y value, right? We have $126.90, but we're trying to figure out what that means for our X value, the hours worked. And so in all of these prior, we've been multiplying by the rate, $8.46, $8.46. So what we do, if we need the reverse information, if instead of looking for our Y value, we're looking for our X value, is you can also divide total dollars by the pay rate to find the number of hours worked. So what we can do for this is instead of multiplying our hours by the rate to get the dollars, we will divide our dollars by the rate to get the hours. Let me erase those arrows real quick and I'll do that. So if we say 126.9 divided by our rate, so divided by $8.46, that should get us to our total hours. So I'm going to do that. Sorry, 126.9 divided by 8.46. So we end up with, oops, sorry, I just made a mistake. 126.9 divided by 8.46. Yes, that gets us to 15 hours. And I'm going to look at that a little bit. So here's that same table. We know this is 15. But we could go through and look at all of these and see the reversal. If we say 846 divided by 846, we're going to come up with 1, which is that number of hours. If we took 25.38 and divided that by 8.46, we're going to come up with 3, which is that number of hours. 42.3 divided by 8.46, we're going to come up with 5. Again, the number of hours. And we could use this to find anything we needed. I showed an example in class where I was like, what if we need $300? We could say, well, that's my total dollars divided by my rate will give me my hours. So in this case, that would be 300 divided by $8.64. 300 divided by 8.64, which would give me 34.72, and that repeats a million times. 300 divided by 8.64. Yeah. So that means that we'd have to work roughly 34.72 hours to earn $300. We could use that same process to find any amount. What if we need to pay our rent? And our rent is, let's say it's $900. 900, our total, divided by 8.64, our rate, means we would have to work 104 hours, 0.16 repeating, about 104 hours. So just like we can use multiplication, we can also use division. And that's the wrap up of today's lesson. My next video, I'll go over the homework.